1. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. I am your host, the one, the only, LeRon Dawkins, and back with me tonight, as always, are my lovely and wonderful companions. Hey, Stephanie Klimov, how you doing?
Doing great. I'm still awake, so here I am.
looks like Paxel's trying to go to bed, though.
Yeah, she's giving me her.
Is she needing you?
massage.
Is she
yes,
needing
she
you?
is. Yes, she is.
That's
It's
so
adorable.
That's so cute.
She starts drooling on me, though.
Oh, how do you have a drooly cat? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Me neither.
Gross.
I'm like,
It means it's time to get rid of it. It's broken.
Corey.
Just open the door. Just open the door, kick it out, and don't look back.
Just
And-
because you have a pain in the ass mean cat doesn't mean all cats are like that.
And I so colorfully named him the kitty curmudgeon last night on Crossroads, but that is our number one man here, Corey Derrick. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hello, I'm back. You can't get rid of me, even if you try.
I'm gonna find a way now.
It's fair, I guess. I'm scared. Help.
Happy Wednesday night, y'all.
Favorite night of the week.
Woo!
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just checked. The Celtics are leading by a hair, 82-80. Just for anyone that gives a shit.
I do care. I
Go Celtics.
don't know how I feel about either team, but also I don't like the Celtics more, I think. As a Cavs fan,
You mean you dislike the Celtics more?
yes.
Okay.
I don't like I don't know. As a Cavs
No,
fan,
yours-
the Celtics have always been a thorn in the Cavs' Eastern Conference run, but also the Cavs lost to the Warriors 3 times in the finals, but also we beat the Warriors in the finals, so kind of let
I
that one
feel
go.
like I'm being personally attacked. First, he wants to kill my cat,
Mhm.
and now he's
coming for your Celtics.
Boston sports team.
Though
don't fuck with
Jason
us.
Tatum is a great shooter. He's a great player. The Celtics are an exciting team to watch. I will give them that. But as a Cavs fan, I am legally obligated to hate the Celtics. So they suck.
We're gonna have some problems.
Unfortunately, I'm not that invested in the NBA finals right now, so I'm sorry, guys.
Also, the Cavs changed their logo again. It's like
Question mark?
it's like the third time in 5 years that they've changed their logo and their colors and stuff. Like, just pick one. Just nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just pick one. Okay?
I wonder why.
Because they're dumb. Because they can. It's the NBA. Everybody just want to sell more jerseys. Okay. I'm going to get a Cavs jersey this year, though, I think.
I'm gonna ship you a Celtics jersey. I
Hmm.
think a Patriots jersey.
Man.
Hey,
Looks
I'll
like
take the Patriots jersey.
Looks like we won't be heating our house for a while because we'll have a nice bonfire in the backyard.
Oh,
A Boston
okay.
barbecue is what they call it. Get some hot dogs and some marshmallows and roast it over the garbage fire that is the Boston sports area.
My soul. My soul.
I know it's like
All right, we need to move on. We need to move on quick.
Although, look, it is a pretty embarrassing time to be a Browns fan right now.
Yeah,
be
as you
honest.
should be.
I am, okay? Did you hear the news today?
Mm-mm.
The number jumped from 24 civil suits to 66 accusations from a New York Times investigation.
It went up.
Wait. Is this against one person or is
Yes,
this against the
one
organization?
One person,
What the fuck?
Deshaun Watson, allegedly has 20, or allegedly he, so it's like this whole thing. Okay, so when he was playing for the Texans,
Mhm.
he was allegedly seeking out massages from over 100 women on Instagram through DMs and through 66 different people in a span of 17 months, I think they said. And 24 of those women have a civil suit against him because of unwanted sexual activity, apparently. So, yeah, not great. And also, before all this came out, the Browns signed him to the biggest contract in NFL history.
Oh.
$230 million guaranteed over 5 years.
I guarantee you they're regretting that right now.
They already had a decent quarterback named Baker Mayfield, who is not a sexual predator. Allegedly. Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe they just haven't found out about him yet. But so far, he's not. I don't know, man. It's a rough time. And the sad thing is like the rest of the team, on paper, the Browns are Super Bowl winner caliber team, right? They're Super Bowl contenders on paper. It's just our quarterback's going to get suspended. Our other quarterback doesn't want to be here because they screwed him over. And then we have two backups that nobody's ever heard of. So that's where we're at. Yeah. Also, the other thing that came out in that New York Times article is that the Texans were renting out private rooms in clubs and hotels for him to get his massages.
Oh, so the organization was basically in on it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
And also the Browns owners now are under investigation because they said they did their due diligence and clearly they did not. And that the Haslams are not liked by the NFL owners anyway.
They didn't vet.
Yeah. So it's going to be a rough year for the Browns on that front. But
oh crap! Do I want to upgrade my DaVinci Resolve?
Oh god, here we go.
No, I'm not going to do that.
LeRon's like sports. I'm done. Pass.
Not true. Not true. I listened to every word you said.
I know because. That's fine.
What? Because there's a sexual scandal?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was.
Well, what do you take me for?
Sexual predator. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh God! And here it comes. Boss Rush is going to start getting.
Just
he's
kidding.
Start all reports of allegations against me now.
LeRon is a nice young man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Wasn't
that.
there like a running? Well, I wouldn't call it a running joke in the beginning where I was the HR nightmare in the beginning. I can't remember what I did or said. Or is it just because I connected with you on LinkedIn and then it looked like it said that I wanted a message?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forget what the message was, but it was pretty funny. Where's my phone? I don't even know where my phone is. I'm lost.
That's all right.
It's
anyway, well, well, now Corey and I have to be just automatic mortal enemies now because of our sports preference. So
yeah,
that's a wrap. I guess I'll just go back to the writing team full time.
Also, the Indians always lose to the Red Sox, so I don't like that either. Well, the Guardians now, I guess.
The Guardians, whoa, don't be inappropriate now.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Racist.
No, I just don't care about baseball.
Why'd they change their name? What was wrong with the Red Sox?
No, not the Red Sox.
The Indians changed their name to the Guardians.
Because the Indians. Okay.
Indian is a not appropriate term,
no,
and Chief Wahoo is a caricature of that inappropriate term. So,
thank God Florida State is safe.
Well,
thank God,
because Seminole is not a derogatory term towards indigenous people.
Yeah. That's probably the one thing Florida has done right.
I don't know. Disney World's pretty fun.
Did Disney was Disney's first park in Florida? I thought it was in California.
No, it was in California, but
okay. Disney World became the bigger one though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I swear no one ever talks about land.
Yeah. There is still 64% of the land that Disney owns in Florida is still undeveloped.
Oh, damn.
So
So did you guys talk about this at the Pow Block? Because I didn't finish it yet.
why? Because it's 3
With
hours long.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
I had like
it is a long ass
I
power
know. I
block.
was just messing.
I had a lot of meetings today, but so I couldn't get through all of it before tonight's recording. Do you guys mention anything in your predictions about the Nintendo Super Mario Land thing that they're building?
No, we didn't mention that at all.
We talked a little bit about it on because of we talked a little bit about the Mario movie, but we didn't really talk about the Super Mario World Land thing.
Because I don't know, like, I mean, I know it's a stretch, but because they showed part of the movie last time and they're really getting underway with Super Mario World Land, whatever, do you think maybe that's something that they'd talk about at a direct?
Well, it's already open in Japan. It's been open
Well,
for
in
like
the
2
United
years.
States.
I don't know. I don't. I've so
Maybe you're right, maybe not. I don't know.
I've been watching a lot of the Japanese version of it, and I have like zero interest in the Super Nintendo Land
Oh,
world.
is it lame?
It just looks claustrophobic, and the rides look super generic, and there's also VR components to their rides, which I'm like, I don't want to put a headset on when 8,000 people before me put it on, and
Yeah, never mind.
I don't have any interest in that. I mean, it would be cool to like see once, but I'm not paying for a Universal ticket to go see it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. No,
So-
no, makes sense. There's so many other places
I
at
mean-
Universal that I probably would rather go to
I mean,
check out.
so Universal, like if we went to, we've talked about going to Universal to go see the Harry Potter stuff, at some point. But so like if I went to go see that, of course I would walk over and go, oh look, Mario, cool picture. But I'm not gonna buy a ticket to Universal just for the Nintendo stuff. It just, I don't know. There's something about it that feels off and claustrophobic, and maybe it's just because it's the Japanese one and it's smaller, like it's way smaller. But
I think if there were to be a franchise that would make for a really great theme park for Nintendo, I would say it would either be Metroid or Donkey Kong. But just because they'd have two completely different takes. Like one would be absolutely like silly and whatever, and the other one would be like cool, sci-fi,
Well,
intense.
they're talking about, and I think the one when they build the Nintendo Land in Florida, they're gonna add it already, but they're already talking about expanding the one in Japan with a Donkey Kong theme, and there's gonna be a minecart roller coaster apparently through it. So that's what I've heard. I watch a lot of theme park videos on YouTube. So
Are you one of those people that you throw a theme park video on YouTube as your white noise?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I fall asleep every night to nighttime sounds to Disney World.
Oh my.
Like I will fall. It helps me fall asleep. Like I cannot sleep.
I'm rather intrigued.
I cannot sleep in complete silence, and there's just something we've talked about it on the show before. I think about things that just comfort us, right?
Uh-huh.
And like this sounds really silly, especially coming from a 35-year-old grown ass man. But there's something about being at Disney World for me that I literally, all the stress that I feel goes away. All of the worries, all of the cares, all the things that I think about when I'm at home not sleeping, like it all just goes away. And I sleep better. I feel better. I'm happier. Like, you know, and people would say that's just vacation in general, but to me, like it's not. Like a lot of other vacations I go on, like I don't want this to sound mean or whatever, but it feels like I'm there because like not I have to be is like the wrong way to say it, but like you know, like it,
Well, Here's one perspective. Maybe you mean it this way, because I know many times for me, sometimes a vacation isn't like a true relaxing vacation. I feel like it's a lot of work, and I need the phrase, I need a vacation from my vacation. So maybe Disney's not that, and all your other vacations are like your typical, whatever people say.
Yeah, and but I mean, like, it's kind of the opposite though, because Disney is like a real pain in the ass to plan and schedule and everything. Because like we're going in November, and I had to make park reservations in May. Like, we had to plan that far in advance, and we have to make dining reservations 90 days out. We have to make other reservations 60 days out. So it's like, it's a real pain in the ass to plan, but also it's my favorite part of the of it. But like, my wife and I we kind of bicker about this a lot, where like I hate the beach. I hate sand in particular. Like, I hate sand and I hate the ocean, and it's her favorite place to go. Like, it's her absolute favorite place to go. And like, every time we talk about it, like, she's like, I know you don't want to go, and then it turns into this whole thing, and it's like, it's not that I don't want to go. I want to spend time with you. I just don't want to put my feet in the nasty sand, and I don't want to like stand in the fish shit water, and I don't want to like
fish shit water.
I don't want to get.
He's making it sound very attractive. Isn't
I don't want to get bitten by a shark or stung by a jellyfish, or be around things that go in the water. I don't want to be around.
Live a little.
I am. I'm gonna go sit up at the pool where it's clean and there's a chair.
Pool's got chlorine, where the ocean is salt water, just naturally cleanses stuff.
The only salt I like is the salt that goes on my fries when I'm getting fat.
Oh.
So like, I mean, that's been like kind of like a big kind of. We don't argue about a lot of things, but that's like the one thing that we kind of butt heads on, is like, beach vacations, gross. Also, I'm one of those people that has to be doing something all the time, as you guys might know, and sitting there, laying there on the beach or by a pool, like just sitting there, is like really not relaxing to me.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna give it a whirl in August. So, we're going on a beach vacation.
A beach vacation, so not just a beach day.
Nope, beach vacation in August. Somewhere in Delaware, I guess. I don't know.
Okay,
it's
that's
like,
a random state to go to.
I know. It's I mean, we were looking for something closer because of the kids. Because we don't want them sitting in the car for 12 hours. It's only like 7. So and it's got like a boardwalk and like a, whatever boardwalk kind of amusement park type thing.
I wonder if something like that. Oh, that's Myrtle Beach. Never mind.
Yeah, well, we talked about Hilton Head and Myrtle Beach, but they're too far for us with the kids. I mean, like, a 10-hour drive is not that much for us, but like for kids, it's 7 hours is pushing it. So, and we didn't want to go to Cleveland because that's dumb. It's a half hour away. So.
Can I just tell you, speaking of that general area and beach, I'm literally trying to find every reason to get my ass down to North Carolina where Limited Run is, but I need another reason to go other than just to go to Limited Run.
I mean, you don't, though. That's a perfectly normal reason to go.
To just go to a store and go shopping instead of buying stuff online. Granted, there's probably stuff in the store that's not online, but...
Yeah.
Well, North Carolina's got the Outer Banks, so I'm like, maybe I'll go to the Outer Banks and then do a day trip.
The Outer Banks is cool. I went there like 20 years ago with my friend.
Even though you hate the beach?
Yeah, we did other things, though.
Oh, okay.
Also, we were at an age where we were like trying to hunt for girls and be dumb and whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we did a lot of like, he was like really into cars, so we did a lot of, there's like some kind of car thing down there, and yeah, we did I don't even remember all the things that we did. It's been so long. But yeah. Vacations, everybody. Take one.
Vacations.
I really need to take a vacation.
Yeah.
LeRon, do you have any vacations planned for the rest of the year?
I'm trying to get something going for me and my boyfriend. Possibly going to Charlotte. Cause my roommate's brother and his wife like invited me out to their place to hang out. We went there a few years ago for my roommate's birthday because his brother's down there, and we went up at this place. It's a it's a something Charlotte. Hold on, I'm trying to look it up right now. Charlotte is a whitewater rafting thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's called the U.S. Yeah, it's called the U.S. National Whitewater Center. Now it is now actually this is not like a natural like whitewater like rapids facility. Like it's actually like it's a structured park. They actually made a whitewater like basically a simulated whitewater rafting thing,
Huh.
which is
Okay.
really cool. But it's like a national park and stuff like that. So there's all sorts of stuff to do. So I went there a few years ago, and it was fun. And this is some stuff that's right up my boyfriend's alley because like he loves hiking. He loves being out there in the woods and stuff. And I'm sitting up here like, there's a reason why I stopped being a Boy Scout. But he likes this type of stuff, and I know he would get a kick out of this out of it. So yeah, when my roommate's brother was up here visiting for a little while. Him and his wife got to talking to me about it, and they're like, "Yeah, well, if he's into this stuff, because this is when he was in California, like during that time. Yeah, if he's into that stuff, like, yeah, like come down, visit. Like, you definitely got a place to stay with us, and then we can all just go out there and like make it a thing." And I remember like the two things I did, I did I did a simulated parachute jump. Like I wasn't with an actual parachute, but it was more like a suspension jump. So basically, like you're harnessed up and everything, and you just take this big ass like 50-foot jump. And they even teach you how to like make sure you land the correct way so you don't hurt yourself and things like that. So I did that was one of the highlights I did. Zip lined, and when I say zip lined, I mean this was like I want to say this is like a 150-foot zip line.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
And when you zip line, you basically cut through half the park. So like you go over like all these crazy attractions. You even go over the whitewater rafting part. Um, the zip line was cool. What else? I thought about next time I go there, I want to rent the bikes and the dirt bikes and hit the trails out there and stuff like that. But yeah, like it was fun and I pretty much got my boyfriend convinced. We just haven't picked the date yet. But I want to get out there, before the weather. Like, I don't want to get out there when the weather's still super hot, but I don't want to get out there when it really starts to turn either. Because when we went there a few years ago, like me and my roommate and some friends, we went there in March, and the weather was still kind of chilly. So like you got there during the day and it's fine and stuff like that. You're wearing like I was wearing like a pair of like the athletic shorts that I work out in and stuff like that. But as soon as like 6:30 hit, all of a sudden that wind starts hitting your legs and starts cutting through your damn shorts. I was like, okay, it's time to go home. I want to go home. Yeah. So that probably be the only thing. I definitely have to like take some time and go down to South Carolina and visit my mom sooner or later and stuff like that. And I don't know. I always feel like when I plan to go home, that is a vacation, but it winds up never being a vacation for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but nothing big and grandiose like Disney or Universal Studios.
I'm saving up money for Disney for next year, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough money saved up. We'll see.
You should. So there's I forget what it's called. Never mind. I was gonna say there's a travel agency that keeps track of all these really great deals for especially people who don't really know, I guess, how to like book a Disney vacation. Small World Adventures, maybe.
I swear, if I'm not mistaken, it's almost like you had to finance like a vacation, like a Disney vacation or a Disney cruise. You have to finance those damn things.
I mean, Disney cruises are super expensive, but you can get away with a. I mean, for us, the most expensive part for this trip are the flights.
Mm.
So, I mean, that's kind of what we're on now, but it's. I mean, it's more expensive than like a normal vacation, but it's not as expensive as you might think, especially if you like stay on property, which I know kind of annoys certain people, or
What, staying on property?
yeah,
I feel like that would be the way to go, though.
it is. I mean, you don't have to pay for parking. There's transportation everywhere,
Uh huh.
right? You can get a ride to and from the airport. If you need to go somewhere other than like a park or something, they have a contract through Lyft that will take you places. So I mean, it sounds intimidating, but it's not. It's not as bad as I think people make it out to be. But also, I'm also the person that knows how to do everything and goes like every year, sometimes twice a year. So
Well, it's already
Yeah.
been established that I'm just going to hit you up when it's time and you can just tell me all the right places to go. And you've already told me when is the
Yeah.
best time, so that's good.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like Corey's the wise sage for this part.
yeah. So also, I'm trying to save up money to build my own lightsaber when we go. I'm pretty excited.
Now those things are what, like 250?
Yeah,
Yeah. And you see, that's one thing I would definitely want. If I'm going to Disney, I'm going to get myself a damn lightsaber.
yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what color lightsaber I want.
I want yellow.
Yeah, but I heard you can't get those. I heard you can't get those direct through Disney.
They're available now.
Oh, they are?
Yes. After Rise of Skywalker came out, the yellow crystals became available, which they were not at first. So
Wait, because who had a yellow?
Rey.
Rey had a yellow. Yeah,
yeah. So
that's right. Because they weren't. That's right. Because they weren't canon. They were still like comic book and video game.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
Because I don't even think we'd seen them in the Clone Wars.
yeah. You
I don't
can't.
think I ever remember seeing a yellow one in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, because even in episode 2, right? I think there was only blue and green, right?
And Mace Windu's purple.
Yeah. Well, you can get that though, but it's super rare. Like
Have they? Can you get the white ones?
you can buy.
Well, Ahsoka's aren't technically real Jedi lightsabers, though.
They are purified
It's
dark
Sith
side
crystals. Yeah.
Sith crystals, kyber crystals.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can. So the way you can get the white crystals, you have to go to. So there's 2 different places you can buy lightsabers at Disney. You can go to build your own. And then there's a store next door where you can buy the legacy ones, so like Obi-Wan or Luke's or whatever. But you can buy specific crystals there as well, which is where you used to be able to buy the yellow ones, but now they offer the yellow ones. So you can buy white, yellow, and I think they have like a black one now that you can buy there as well.
Can you just adopt me for that weekend? Can I?
I mean, it'd be awesome if, dude. I mean, yeah, come on, more the merrier. Why not? Our room's full though, so you're gonna have to.
So your mom can give me weird looks too, like who is this? Who's this guy?
Yeah. No, I honestly think it would be really cool to go with like friends, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm past that age now where a group of friends could go and we'd have fun because of my kids. And although I guess if my friends had kids, that'd be fun too. But,
Yeah. Does the
Yeah.
Tower of Terror still exist?
Yep,
Ugh.
it sure does.
I can't do it. I was asking.
You know,
Nope.
it just opened is the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, indoor roller coaster just opened.
I would do that.
Yeah, they're starting to incorporate Marvel stuff down there, although they can't use like Avengers, like the main Avengers or the X-Men because Universal still has those rights for some reason, or Spider-Man. So like a lot of the theory is like to have synergy within the company. That's why Marvel's moving towards like the cosmic stuff. So they can use Guardians and Doctor Strange and a lot of the newer characters that they're showing off, but they can't use the Avengers. But they can use it in California because of some Mississippi line rule or something. I don't know. It's dumb. It's all dumb.
Mississippi line rule.
It's all dumb. Anyways, welcome to After Dark, where we talk about Mickey Mouse.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
So, yeah, I'm excited, though. I'm, like, eagerly anticipating this vacation. Mostly because it's my daughter's first time, and I'm really excited to see her, like, be super overwhelmed and scared of everything. So, yeah. Anyways, good times.
Yeah, we have some patrons to like shout out tonight, don't we?
Oh goodness.
I suppose, yeah, I guess we could do that. Good thing I have it pulled up. Remember, all of our content is free, guys. But if you want to support us, you can head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork, or for just $1, you get Boss Rush After Dark, Standard Definition, 2 weeks early, as well as Nintendo Power Block Expansion Pass and the Boss Rush podcast 1 week early. But if you subscribe at the $5 tier, you become a Patreon producer. What does that mean? You get your name shouted out on this here program, just like the following people: Quentin Jackson, Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, and my wife, Sana Dierig. I want to thank all of our patrons so much for supporting us. Also, everybody who supports us on free feeds, that really makes us happy as well. Remember, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, you can leave a 5-star rating or review. It really helps us out. So, yeah, thank you, everybody who listens. We appreciate you a lot. That's it.
Sweet. So,
LeRon's sitting here editing his podcast instead of hosting
how
this
do you
one.
how do you know what I'm doing? Yeah, how do you know?
I'm watching you. I don't know.
I could be looking at porn right now.
Whoa.
So, like I said, how do you know?
I'm watching you.
I am not looking at porn, and I have and thank God I bought anti-reflective glasses because that was a problem like a few years ago. Like I would look at myself.
What,
during
you were
the
looking
podcast.
at? You were looking at porn during a podcast, and somebody called you out. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
that would
Right
be
now?
awesome.
Nobody called me out, but I definitely saw like the reflection of what I was looking at. I was like, oh shit, I need to stop.
Okay. Oh man, this show.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. So guys, the other night on Pow Block, a really lewd topic came up, and we couldn't continue to pursue it on Pow Block, but we can definitely pursue it on here.
Oh God.
We were talking about like other sports titles that Nintendo should do in the Mario franchise, and we got on a roll. Like we talked about like actual American football. We talked about dodgeball. We talked about there was one other one we talked about before we got onto this one, and then Corey immediately like sends me a DM and he's like, remind me to ask about this later. And that's kind of how we got. That's kind of how we got here. We started talking about like a Mario League wrestling game, and it could be either collegiate wrestling or WWE wrestling. And then all of a sudden, I get this message to ask about.
You were talking about tight referee shirt, and I told you I have a story. Remind me for after.
Okay,
dark.
that's what it was. Okay.
It
But
wasn't.
as a side note, can you imagine if someone just decided to create a dirty, like Mario Sports title, and it was like, was it like oil wrestling, like whatever?
Mud wrestling.
What?
Mud wrestling.
Mud wrestling.
Yeah, mud wrestling. Like oil wrestling doesn't sound right. Mud wrestling.
Well, oil wrestling, that's Turkish.
Well, listen, you can wrestle in anything if you're drunk enough. Okay. Fun fact: I was sober during this. I guess.
So why don't you just go ahead and tell us about it?
Oh God. Okay, so there were a couple weekends in college where everybody thought it was a good idea to throw a party and have a Well, one weekend it was a jello wrestling tournament.
Nice.
One weekend, okay. First of all, instant jello, when you put it in a big inflatable pool and just fill it with hose water, does not turn into jello. Okay.
Hose water.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
So yeah, it does not turn out how you want it to, and it's just extra sticky in all the wrong places.
Ooh. Okay.
And then another weekend we had chocolate syrup wrestling.
See, no. No.
That's too viscous and yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just yeah, I had the I don't know, what do you say, the pleasure of refereeing some of this tournament that people thought was a good idea, and a lot of people were underage drinking, as most people do in college, and I remember when we were kind of at this party and we were doing this, and the girl I was dating at the time and her friend decided to do this, and that was fun to watch. And yeah, it was. I mean, I don't really know what to tell. I was just like kind of standing there in this nasty poop water watching.
Wait, you're actually in it?
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. It was this huge inflatable pool, man. It was like
Wow.
it was like one of those like pools that's about a foot deep, but also it's one of those ones where adults kind of lounge in their own.
You know what I just realized?
What?
You said you did this in college. This sounds like something a fraternity does. Were you a member of a frat?
No, but so there were fraternities there, but it was the college I went to in Columbus. It was the baseball house was like the party house.
Oh.
And everybody just said we're going to the baseball house, and everybody knew where to go. You know, it was just one of those things.
Baseball people love to party. I'll tell
Yeah,
you that.
and so like one of the baseball players' dads was like some super rich executive something, and ended up buying or like renting 2 houses for the entire baseball team.
Wow.
And so in the backyards of these houses were connected, so like it was just like this huge kind of whatever. And yeah, they had this big huge inflatable pool that was about, I guess, 18 or 24 inches deep. It was probably like 18-ish, and they
That's
filled
pretty
it
deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they filled it with like hose water and this nasty instant jello mix, and yeah, it was gross, but also at the time as a 19-year-old male watching,
Oh, you're having the time of your life.
Oh yeah, I was. I had one of the like I had this referee shirt on that was like way too small for me because I was a huge football player at the time, like way too small. And this beer helmet on, like the beer helmet on, but like
Such a dude, bro.
I had I had a Mountain Dew in one side and a water in the other because I was
You're
like,
underage. You're
well,
underage.
here's the thing, like when I was when I was 19, I was like petrified of alcohol because one of my friends died in a horrific drunk driving accident.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, okay, somebody's got to be at least somewhat cognizant of what's going on, which in hindsight, I guess that's probably not great, but if something happened with a lady friend at some point, but anyways, whatever. I was, yeah, and I ended up like 3 of us ended up like reffing this jello wrestling tournament, and it was really a good time, I'll say, I guess.
Well, it's one of those things that when you're at that age and there, it's a blast. But when you're older, especially as a parent, you think of stuff like, for me, I'm thinking, damn, that must have been a shitty time cleaning up.
Yeah, well, I didn't have to clean it up.
I know, but see what I mean by like 19-year-old brain versus I don't know 34-year-old brain.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. But then like 2 weekends later, and this is the gross part that I'm just now realizing was super gross. The pool did not move, and they decided to fill it with like chocolate and ice cream and weird other things probably that they were wrestling in. And I was like, oh god, they probably didn't even clean this out from the nasty jello mix from the last one.
Oh, gross.
Boy. Oh boy.
Oh. But yeah, that was a fun couple weekends, I think.
Nice.
Especially for a
I could
college,
see how it would be fun.
So yeah.
Well, I didn't do anything like that, but
Why not, LeRon?
I never had the opportunity. I did something that's kind of adjacent to it. Like I wasn't a judge, but I was one of the people who actually got to dump water on women in a wet t-shirt contest. But I'm going to flip that though, because like a few years later, I would find myself in the male version of a wet t-shirt contest, and for you listeners out there who don't know what that is a wet underwear contest for men.
Can I just say that if my mom heard this, she would give you a high five.
She would give me a high five?
Yes,
Sorry.
because she has this like pet peeve, which I can understand, like about the double standard of like, women have to wear like tight workout clothes, but men, and then like, so basically like women have to have like everything sexualized. It's like, because she was, sorry to run with this, but mom was like ranting about the women she'd see at the gym wearing super tight clothes and it just looked gross. And she goes, why can't they do that to men too? Force them to wear super tight stuff so we could see their potatoes hanging in their pants.
Well, she needs to go to a gym now. She needs to go to a gym now because I feel like men these days, like shame has gone out the window now. We're in this age now where like men, for lack of a better word, are are more and more in touch with like their sexuality or whatnot, or their sex appeal and whatnot. So I mean, like now it's nothing now to go walk into a gym and see dudes wearing like 4-inch inseam shorts and to work out and stuff, especially when it's leg day, stuff like that, and of course like the stringer tank tops, or basically it looks like hope and a prayer is the only thing keeping it on his body and stuff like that. Yeah. I got a few pairs of Hoochie Daddy shorts too, like right now, like because I was like, you know what, like these freaking thighs of mine are always tearing up jeans anyway, so I'm like, you know what, if that's the point, then I might as well get something that's going to actually display them whenever I want to and stuff like that, So.
Well, nice. Well, good then. But so I guess my point, just to bring it back to your story, is my mom would be like, great, because if they're gonna make women go through wet t-shirt contests, why don't we do that with guys?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely found myself in like the freaking wet underwear contest. And side note, they will not let you wear your own underwear. Like they actually get a fresh pair of actual like the white old school boxers that like men wore back in like the Mad Men days and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I say fresh pair, like like an open pack and stuff like that. So it's one of those situations where it's like, because like something about men, like you can't trust them to wear the right type of underwear if they're wearing any underwear at all. So stuff like that. So yeah, I wound up getting bamboozled into entering a wet underwear contest, and let me tell you something. Like, the water's cold. The water's cold. They didn't just like throw room temperature water on you. It came near. It might as well have been ice water.
Wow. Ooh, that's not a good combination.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. But I got second place. I didn't win.
That's not bad, because I was like, Ron had to have placed. Nice.
Nope, I got a silver medal. I don't have that medal now, thank God. that was back in my late 20s. Like, God.
So because I've never participated, right? So I don't know. How do they judge these things? So it's like, if you have the biggest tits or biggest dick, you win. Is it size that wins?
Actually, yeah, it is. It is. Oh, and by the way, remember these are white boxer shorts. So on a guy of my complexion, like you get them wet, you see everything. I also learned that lesson about wearing like tan colored swim trunks to like the pool and stuff. Yeah, I I was like, oh man, these are so cool because like they were like military style. So like they had like the makeshift like the utility belt on it and stuff like that, and it had a couple of, like the really small pockets that look like cargo pants pockets, but they're like those really small pockets and stuff. And I was like, man, these are so cool. I ordered a pair, and then the first time I went to like the swimming pool at the apartment complex, I remember I was actually getting out the pool, and I was getting out the pool from like one of the deeper ends of it, so I had to like hoist myself up, and I hoisted myself up, and I just happened to look as I'm coming out the water, and I was like, oh shit, and I immediately like went back down in the water.
Wow.
Because you can see everything, and I was like, what the fuck. And I remember staying in the water like an extra like 15 minutes before I finally had the nerve to get out. And sure enough, the lifeguard saw me. But going back to the wet underwear contest, it's unfair for men because they judge the front and the back. And I believe I got second place because of my ass.
Skipping them leg days, LeRon.
I don't skip leg days. I hate leg day, but I don't skip them.
Yeah, leg day is not fun.
Okay.
Yeah, like yeah.
For women, is it boob size?
Yeah, it's boobs. It's boobs.
But boob size, right? Because this is why maybe I'm like always bitter about it. I'm like, I'm part of the itty bitty titty committee, so I'm like,
actually, I prefer women. I prefer women on the smaller side. I'm not saying like be damn near flat chest or whatnot, but I actually like women from more perkier like chest than something that's just like like bazonga or freaking like like getting ready to like fall down to your navel and stuff like that. Like I don't know, like
this is refreshing to hear because because we say it like I'm hearing it from you as a friend. Whereas like if I've dated guys and they say like, oh, I like women that have small boobs, I'm like, fuck you, you're just saying it.
No, most guys are sincere, and I think. And honestly, I feel like porn has kind of ruined like big titty women for us, because porn, most women, it's all enhanced and stuff like that, and for a lot of guys, it's like number one, like they don't move.
Yeah,
they don't move.
Fake boobs are really weird.
Yeah,
I dated a girl with breast implants, and they were like, they are weird. They don't feel. They don't feel like boobs at all. They feel like bags of sand that are
bags of sand. You remind me of the 40-year-old virgin.
Okay, maybe not that hard.
No, these ones were really hard and unflexible and just really, I don't know. Like, I give her, whatever she wanted to feel comfortable in her body. That's fine. I'm not shaming that, but like these just did not feel like a normal, So it was just, it was strange. Didn't last long.
Yeah,
also found out she was dating someone else and planning on marrying this other guy, but that's a different story altogether. So, yeah. That was neat.
What were you gonna say there, Ron?
I also dated a woman who had breast implants, but she had really modest ones. Like she literally just did hers to go up one cup size, and the cool thing about it was like she was really, I mean, not even just because like you get intimate, you're gonna get intimate with her, but she was really like she was really like open about like if wanted to check them out and whatnot. So when Corey was saying they felt like sand, I was like, I had a completely different experience because I knew they were there, but it didn't feel like just a hard mass on the inside of her body. Not to me.
Yeah, I mean these definitely felt harder than they should have. So
good to know.
Yeah, but actually, honestly. I think this goes for me as far as men and women. Like I prefer a more natural look, and yeah, I mean naturally if you're a C or D cup, like I get it, like I can appreciate that, stuff like that. But I prefer a more natural look. I guess it's because I kind of like people that look athletic. So yeah, there's a reason why I'm always hearting your Instagram post, Stephanie.
Aww.
That's because I love you.
Love you right back. I wonder what men try to do to physically enhance themselves. Good thing there's no such thing as a penile enhancement surgery. Can you imagine?
Yeah, let's see, because men suffer tremendously from body dysmorphia. I know guys have had calf implants who actually have had tricep implants, which is the craziest thing because, like, you don't have to do that much work to build your triceps. And honestly, like, if you have like really good triceps, like your biceps pop, and stuff like that. I'm just lazy.
Tricep implants? That's a thing?
Yeah, they get like it's like a little silicone nodule that goes in there. It's almost similar to what they do for calf implants, but calf implants are, from what I heard, excruciating. Like I don't understand why men do that. And of course, about like the actual bone grafts where men actually add a couple of inches to their height. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just crazy.
That just sounds painful.
I'm like, no, I'll just be short, And by the way, like being over 6 feet tall, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah. I kind of wish I was shorter sometimes.
Yeah, everybody's like, man, you're so tall. I wish I had some of your height. I'm like, if I could let you borrow it for a day,
Yeah.
I would definitely let you check it out because, like, trust me, like always making sure you're not like bumping your head against stuff. And my nightmare is walking into a kitchen and cabinets are open.
Mm-hmm.
That is my nightmare because I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna run into one of these cabinet doors and I'm gonna slice a piece out of my head and.
Also, sitting at certain tables like really like is difficult, because like sometimes tables sit lower and you're kind of like in this weird slouch position and you have to have your legs like spread open and like stretched out and you're like, I'm super uncomfortable. Or like,
how about when the chair is too low? So your knees are at a weird angle and it puts tension on your hips.
Yeah, that too. Or like for me too, it's like. I'm a wider person, like, and so being tall and wide, like when you get between people and you're like sitting in between people, my biggest fear is sitting on my biggest fear is sitting on the inside of a table, right? Where there's like if you're sitting at like a big party at a restaurant or something and you're sitting on the inside of the table, I have to sit at the end of the table, if not, because I'll be sitting like this the whole time and like really scrunched together. And like trying to keep my legs close together, even though like I'm too tall for the table, and then I get these really weird pains on my thighs because like my legs are so heavy that like it's just an awful situation. I just don't want to be there.
Yeah, being a tall guy is not as cracked up to be. Yeah, there's advantages to being tall, but for every advantage, I can give you 3 disadvantages of being tall.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is what we're all about: spreading awareness.
Yeah.
Now. It's Tall Guy Awareness Day.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I wish I was like 6 foot. 6 foot is fine, right? I'm like 6'5", and it's too tall, right?
I'm 6'3", and I'm like, Jesus Christ, And the sad part was, I remember when I was a kid, like a mild teenager, I was like, oh, I want to be a little bit taller because like right when I hit 6 feet, I was like, okay, let's keep going. By the time I got to the Navy, I was 6'3", and that's when I realized I was too tall at that point because here's something. Like, if you've ever been on a ship before, it doesn't matter if it's a naval vessel or if it's like a cruise ship or whatnot. If you're over 6 feet tall, you're already too tall.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So so I always tell because I got a lot of guy friends. They're under 6 feet and they're always like, man, I wish I had your height. I was like, no, the fuck you don't.
Mm-mm.
No, you don't. Like, trust me, like a lifetime of knocking your head up against something, you will really or being too tall for a fucking bed. I'm so glad I have a king size bed now.
Well, this is good. It's like it's always the whole grass is always greener thing, right? Like. Mm-hmm. I'll admit, and because I fully admit that I have, a lot of hangups. The last guy I dated, his previous long-term relationship was with a girl with enormous fake tits, and I would never complain out loud to him because I know that would be stupid and a turnoff. But I really struggled Like, how can he go with someone like that to me? Obviously, I got over it, but I'm just explaining, like, we always want something that someone else has.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wish I could be taller, wish I could be shorter, wish I had big boobs, wish I had small boobs, Whatever.
Yeah. No, I prefer more natural looking people. It doesn't matter if it's men or women. I prefer more natural looking people. Not saying I have something against anyone that's done any
Right.
work or anything
Yeah.
like that. Because I'm not shallow like that. I mean, I can be shallow, in certain regards. Like I said, like porn's kind of ruined like big tit women for me. Like because some of them are extreme, and stuff like that. And I know a lot because I peruse a lot of porn, and I actually read stuff that these people put out and stuff like that. I understand like some of them they just do it for the gimmick, because as soon as they get out of that lifestyle and stuff, they immediately like remove the implants or get something a little more modest and stuff like that. Which then I'm like, well, why'd you even want to put with the scarring, and stuff like that? Because that's another thing. I feel like that's a nightmare for me. Like having scar tissue. I just have scar tissue from all the scrapes and bumps I've taken, throughout my life and stuff like that. And I feel like I don't know. You know how like there's some weird guys that's like, yeah, it's their badge, No. I was like, man, like I've got some I feel like I'm disfigured.
Yeah, I got enough scar tissue to say, pass next time.
Yeah.
I've actually heard that there's a lot of residual effects after having breast surgery. I'm not sure if that's like with any sort of cosmetic surgery though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but
that's the other thing. Like cosmetic surgery, like I understand it to a certain degree, but I also feel like cosmetic surgery, like it's like a gateway drug to like an addiction,
mm-hmm.
because you get something that you believe is fixed, and then you wind up looking in the mirror and it's like, oh, I could have probably done a little bit more to it, Like I've seen people with like weird noses, and I'm like, you know what, that's got to be a nose job, but like I'm trying to figure out, is it botched or did you just take it too far, and stuff like that, things like that, But we're also living in a society where you shouldn't ask all those questions.
Well, the good thing is I cannot afford plastic surgery, so I don't ever need to worry about getting sucked into that.
Honestly, I would get like a micro liposuction, but at the same time, I'm way too proud. I'm like, if I'm going to lose that fat, I'm going to do it on my own. Like, I'm not gonna take that. I don't really call it a cheat, but I feel like it is like kind of an easy way out. Because in all honesty, like with something like liposuction, for example, like honestly, like you're literally removing fat cells that your body has acclimated itself to. So what happens is like it immediately knows they're gone. So the first thing it does is it tries to put those stores back on there, because like the way our bodies are designed and stuff like that. Fat's there for a reason. It's to protect your body and to keep it's to make sure you keep nourished.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, but it's a weird thing. I don't want anyone that's listening right now to think I'm being judgy. It's just my hang-ups. It's not, like. You do what makes you happy and stuff like that, and just be healthy.
Well, but there are some like objectively legitimate points that are concerning for any sort of cosmetic type situation, and people just need to weigh the pros and cons. And if they feel like they want it more than the risks that come after it, then that's that,
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and if anyone's listening, no, I would not want to add any inches below my waist, below the belt. No.
I would like
this
to take
is gonna
some.
sound like...
Oh, go ahead.
No, go first.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'd like to take some meat off of my giant tree trunk legs.
Me too.
God.
Corey, I legit just like wore out the crotch of another pair of fucking jeans, and I'm pissed because I was like, I don't even think I had these jeans for 2 months, and it's not like I wear them all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I'm so sick of being like the big tall dude with the thunder thighs. I'm so tired of it.
I'm tired of being the big person. I want to be small for a change. Somebody help me become small. Which by the way, like men's tights, like men's running tights and stuff like that.
Yeah. I love those things. I love those things.
You would.
It's the one thing. It's the one thing I know I can wear, and not be all subconscious about, not be all in my headspace about the size of my legs. Because for example, I have that weird body composition to where like it takes a lot for me to find like a really good pair of jeans. So like I'm either wearing something that's super baggy, or I'm wearing something that I'm looking like like I'm just hauling around summer sausages, down the pants legs and stuff like that.
Woohoo!
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, like jean trends for men now, like everything basically is skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine that's comfortable. I don't even like wearing skinny jeans.
I've gotten used to it. Honestly, I've gotten used to it, and it's like, you know what? If y'all gonna be seeing my legs, I'm gonna make sure, like I continue doing leg day.
Man, clothes, am I right?
Yeah.
Dang.
We need to have a battle of sexes because I need to ask women, why are y'all's clothes so cheap and ours are so goddamn expensive?
Cheap? Oh,
Ladies,
cheap.
y'all have like $11 stores, $13 stores,
Yeah, but we also just have a lot more marketed towards us. Like, for example, we have like 50 different hair products where you guys can have a 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, body wash. So it's
that ruins our fucking hair.
it does, but it exists because I mean that's changing now, but back in the day it's like no, men should not be able to beautify.
To have all these beauty products, yeah.
Yeah.
I have some friends. Their beauty routine is more involved than their girlfriends and wives' beauty routine. It's a funny world we live in now.
Hey, well, if it keeps you looking young and feeling fresh, sure.
Well, let's put it this way. Like, I just asked a friend of mine. She's like, she's a makeup person. I just asked a friend of mine if she would next time we hang out, if she would like touch me up. I just want to see what I would look. I've never had any type of makeup, anything on, like, not even like concealer for like dark spots or anything. But I was like, hey, like next time we hang out, give me a touch up. I just want to see what it looks like. And she's like, well, the first thing we're gonna do is your eyebrows and your eyelashes. I was like, wait, why are you messing with my eyelashes? I understand my eyebrows because I have really thin eyebrows. I understand that, but like my lashes, because I'm like, no, you're not putting a little curling thing on me, on my face, because I'm already crazy about my eyes as it is. And she's talking about mascara and line concealer. I was like, look, I kind of like my crow's feet. It's a sign that I smile a lot, so don't mess with that.
I still don't get the eyelashes, guys, but okay. I only wore fake lashes once in my life, and that was on my wedding. And even I didn't want it, but the stylist basically.
How big were the lashes? Because you blinked just now and you have like pretty full lashes.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't measure that stuff. She goes, no, you need to wear fake lashes for your wedding. I'm like, damn, girl. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm not gonna fight you on it.
Got you up there looking like Tammy Faye Baker.
I don't know. I mean, but I guess it's a common thing for. I don't know. I don't. Why put glue on your? I should not be allowed anywhere near my own eyes. Like, there are plenty of times when I was learning how to put on makeup where I'd poke myself with the eyeliner.
I poked myself in the eye this morning putting my glasses on. Yeah, and I'm one of those people. I'm really neurotic about my eyes. So as soon as I felt the arm of my glasses hit my eyeball, I was like, oh fuck! And I just sat down and just laid there for a few minutes, just looking up at the ceiling. I'm guessing, Corey, you have naturally good vision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I read the whole chart the last time I went to the eye doctor. So.
Good. All right.
Wow. Okay.
All right, sir. Thanks for bragging.
This was like 4 or 5 years ago, and he told me I wouldn't need corrective vision until I was well into my 50s, and I said, "Okay, see you then."
I'm not sure if I should just get periodically checked up by an ophthalmologist or whatever, because I've never had to wear glasses. My vision's been perfect. But now that I'm in my mid-30s, like, should I get one every couple of years? Like, how does that work?
I would say every couple of years. Like, I get exams. I get exams done now every year, and it really upsets me now because now a couple of years ago, I went for an eye exam, and my doctor was like, all right, well, Mr. Dawkins, it's time to start talking about bifocals. And at 44 years old, I'm like, bifocals? Because like the first thing that registered in my mind, did he just call me old? I was like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with my eyesight. And
You're not
my
old, LeRon.
doctor's-
You're distinguished.
Thank you. It's all this gray.
Mhm.
Yeah, my doctor was like, well, look, I'm not trying to imply anything, but usually after the age of 40, like our vision takes a sudden change to where like your eyeglasses like they correct your vision, but you'll notice either your up close vision is really wrong when you're wearing your glasses, or your far vision is wrong while you wear your glasses and stuff like that. And so I was like, well, I don't really feel like I need them now. Like I don't have any problems and stuff like that. Last year I went and got my eye exam, so I'm now 46. I'm 46, I'm getting my eye exam, and my doctor brings it up again, and it's like, yeah, I think it's about time we start getting you set for bifocals. I was like, Doc, nothing's wrong with my eyesight, and he's like, okay, well, here's the test. He's like, when you actually go to read something, like, do you bring your hands up close to your face, or do you bring them far away? And I was like, oh, I go far away. He's like, yeah. He's like, there's a reason for that. and so it's funny. And he was like, okay. He's like, next year when you come back, I'm really going to talk to you about bifocals. I was like, okay, we'll have the conversation then. I kid you not. I felt like literally like not even like a couple of days after I walked out of the optometrist office, all of a sudden I had a problem to where like I got to the point where I have to take my glasses off to read things up close now. I'm so mad. I'm like he jinxed it. He either jinxed it or he gave me a bad prescription.
Cursed you with his behind the scenes voodoo magic.
I am so mad at my doctor, and I gotta get ready to schedule my appointment now. And I'm gonna curse the motherfucker out when I get there.
Wow.
Actually, I feel like they should have called me by now. Like, I feel like they should have called me first to like schedule an appointment. But then again, we're in the time of COVID, so like nobody's proactive anymore.
I'm curious about whether or not blue light glasses help.
I can
the
say
long
yes.
term.
I can say yes. These are blue light. These are the first pair of blue light prescription glasses I've gotten. And I do notice a difference. And the cool thing about these are they're not the amber lens glasses, because I know for a fact I do not want to walk around with everything having like a brown or yellow tint. Yeah, these are clear ones. Yeah, like as a matter of fact, these glasses I'm wearing, they're Oakley's, and
Nice.
and a lot of them already have the built-in blue light blocking if you buy them from Oakley prescription.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good to know. I know I'm always afraid for my vision, because even though I don't have any like vision problems, like genetically speaking, but because all I do all day for years is stare at a computer screen,
Mhm.
like I don't know. I give myself anxiety thinking about destroying my sight.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's gonna go first, my vision or my hearing, because my hearing's pretty awful, and that's because I listen to music way too loud for many years.
I think for me it's I think for me, well, I mean, I'm already wearing corrective lenses and stuff like that. I think for me, my sight's gonna get progressively worse before I have to worry about my hearing, because like I still hear things pretty well, and I used to serve on board a ship, in the Navy. Yeah.
Neat.
Well, peeps, you want to wrap it up?
Sure.
I feel like we took a good point. We ran the spectrum tonight. Like we talked about video games, we talked about vacations, we talked about wet t-shirt and wet underwear contests, we talked about jello wrestling competitions, body dysmorphia. I think we kind of ran the gamut tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point. We only really went into this with like one topic in mind, so that's good.
Yeah.
LeRon just wanted to hear about me splashing around in jello in a tight ref shirt.
Yeah, I did. Well, I mean, Stephanie shows it all on her Instagram, so I need you to tell the rest, Corey.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, I don't have any.
I'm just messing with you, Stephanie.
I don't have any visuals.
Now everybody's gonna be trying to find your Instagram.
Dude, I could be naked on my Instagram and no one's gonna give a fuck.
Which, by the way, were you trying to do the human flagpole the other? What day was it you posted that picture?
Picture? Was it?
Yeah, it was from one of your pole classes.
I don't know if I think it's called a bow and arrow or something. That move. It's from a video, but I just took a still shot of it.
Mm.
It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Took a while to get used to, and like that's the kind of stuff that I like. Because again, I'm still trying to convince certain people that pole isn't just gyrating and being it's cool to be gyrating and being sexy, but like the other part of it is like doing these freak Cirque du Soleil type moves
being athletic, yeah.
And that's why I post like that instead of like the stripping part of sometimes what we do like for fun. Like I won't put that on there, but
come on, work that pole. Let me stop. Mm-hmm. All right, everyone. Well, this has been Boss Rush After Dark. We love you for we love you for listening to us and everything. We also want to thank our patrons and all that. And of course, we're going to do that thing that we always do before we get out of here. We're going to let you know where to get connected with us and stay connected. Corey, you go first tonight.
Well, you can find me at I am Corey NHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block, Standard Definition, After Dark, Crossroads this week. Am I missing something? I don't think so.
I think you got it all.
Great. Expansion Pass as well.
All right, Stephanie.
So, Corey, just so you know, the Celtics beat the Warriors 116-100.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That's fine. I really don't care about I really don't care about either team. I just like Steve Kerr. So.
Anyway,
Celtics
I'm totally
suck.
mature. You can find me at Klimov_author on Twitter and Instagram. Wednesday nights on Boss Rush podcast. The Disney episodes of Standard Definition and various articles of mine on bossrush.net, which, by the way, stay tuned to that website because we're providing lots of coverage on all these showcases, like State of Play and the Sonic one, and I'm sure whenever if Nintendo does something, and Microsoft. Back to you, LeRon.
All right, cool. As always, you can find me everywhere by looking me up as Exodus803. That's Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, PlayStation Network, Steam ID. Look it up everywhere. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Twitch channel. That is my own, twitch.tv/Exodus803. I don't know where I was going with that. But the Crossroads podcast, where we talk about PlayStation, PC, and Xbox content, as well as some other stuff. Corey and Stephanie, they know the deal very well because they were just on the show recently. And that's head over to bossrush.net. See more of what we're doing out there. We love to interact with you guys. Don't forget about our Discord. And thank you for tuning in to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. As always, come back where we'll have more topics to talk about that aren't always content appropriate for our anchor shows. We love you guys and have a good night.
Cheers.
Bye.